WEMFradio.com. Sweet.
Hey, I'm Happy,
And I'm Adam Willis.
and you're listening to Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. See, I think I'm sitting here moaning, and no one that's not watching the Twitch can see me. So let me tell you a little something. I'm about to get on my soapbox. Never mind. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Down here on WEMF. I am Pat B. In the house, I look to my left, my partner in crime, my partner in rhyme. He's here to drop dimes. That's why he gets shot. I'm talking about Black Adam Willis.
Maybe not talking about me, actually.
little harsh.
Yeah, right.
I'm playing around. What's good,
thanks
baby?
for the
How you
intro,
doing?
man. Thanks for the intro. We got a full house in here, though, man. What's going on?
Yeah, anyone who's watching us on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/The Geek Down. You will see the house is packed, stuff to the rafters. I mean, just wall to wall dicks. Just seriously, you won't believe the influx of. Now we got a lot of guest stars.
You're not wrong.
Got a lot of guest stars in the house tonight. All right, well, no, let's go around. Roll call. As I look to my left, we actually have a friend of the show who's not planning to say much. He's just here on official Geek Down business. But friend of the show, proprietor of Bit Bar, located right here in lovely Salem, Massachusetts. I'm talking, of course, about Mr. Josh Allen.
Hello.
Woo! This guy. All right. And right next to him, this handsome SOB goes by none other than Ryan. What's his name? The very understated. All right, and of course, you know my homeboy across the table here. You know, Mr. Thriller Priest. I'm talking about my homeboy Orange Juice, James.
Peace. Yes, sir.
And of course, one of our favorite friends and welcoming him back to make us all look bad, Mr. Dale Stones.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, this man, not quite representing Sir Les tonight, but he's of Sir Les if you want to check him out. Any upcoming shows you want to shout out real quick there?
Yeah, sure. Let's see, coming up, Best of Bon Appetit on Saturday, so I'm going to be out in Northampton doing a quick strip down there. I'm ready to take off my clothes at a moment's notice.
Yeah, you can take them off here, right?
Yeah.
No, let's not do that.
It's cold.
It's cold,
You're right.
yeah. We can get around
15 degrees out. Yeah.
This is the kind of show we're running about, huh?
Just shrinkage all day.
I can take them off if you need to. Yeah.
All right. Keeping your pants for now. We got a lot to cover. It's the start of the show, and I look across to the man who's very diligently working the video. I'm talking, of course, about our own videographer, Just Johnny.
Yep.
And, of course, the man who keeps us sounding amazing, crisp, and delicious every week, DJ Herbie Herb.
I like turtles.
Turtle.
Who doesn't?
I'm gonna stop throwing you every week, man. It's just off every time. No, I'm messing. But no, we have an action-packed, fun-filled show for you as always. We got news, we got reviews, we have the lowdown on the Golden Globes. All right, and I'm not just talking about Meryl Streep because everyone's talking about Meryl Streep. I'm not just talking about Trump. I'm talking about all the good stuff, the nitty-gritty, the underhanded, undercarriage, under-table.
The people that actually won stuff.
Yeah, that. All right, but no, that's coming right up on this. No, let it out. Get out your system. Sound effect. Oh, brother. All right. Hey, before we start, quick shout out to someone who I know is not listening. Ty, we're talking to you. Hey. All right. Yep, that was for a very special audience of one. But now let's jump right into the news stories because, this one, I don't know, this one touches my childhood, man. We were listening to a little hip hop before the show, and anyone who's unaware. Run DMC is in a heated legal battle with none other than Amazon. My beloved Amazon.
And Walmart, apparently.
And Walmart.
Yeah, and Amazon just hit me up for that $100 fee for the year. So yeah.
Prime? Wait,
Talk all the smack you want about them now.
Is it $100? Wait, is it $100 now though? I thought
It's $100 for Prime for the year. Yeah.
Oh man, they gouge you.
So I my yearly comeuppance comes every January. So yeah, they just knock me.
Damn.
Which is it's worth it. Like not to crap all over them, but it's worth it.
I know, but it's like a slow ramp up, man. It's like your landlords is gonna be like, well, we're raising the rent just a little.
No,
bit.
it's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, you don't have like a fake college ID or like something left over. You can on your way to a free membership. Come on.
I use that for movies.
Oh, there you go.
Look at this. This is me from 2006. Yeah.
I kid you right now, I'm straight riding my wife's friggin' Amazon Prime or her student ID. For real, forget that.
Same
No, but you are fully within your right. The amount of money I've saved on Amazon Prime. Because I remember having to do that $25 stuff. Well, if I get an extra toothbrush, maybe I can get it right over there. How much is gum? All right. Well, no, the actual story talking about. Let me read it off here. Run DMC sues Amazon and other retailers for trademark violations. Daryl McDaniels, known as DMC, in the place to be. He can go St. John's University. But Daryl McDaniels, also known as DMC of pioneering hip hop group Run DMC, filed the trademark lawsuit against Amazon, Walmart, Jet.com, and their business partners for selling illegitimate Run DMC merchandise. Now this includes T-shirts, this includes patches, wallets, hats, glasses. I know I've got some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Proper Run DMC issue, mind you, because I ain't no bitch. But Amazon itself has filed similar lawsuits in Washington district courts against sellers of allegedly counterfeit products on its own platform. So people who sell things through Amazon under the claim of, no, it's legitimate, trust us. Yeah, it's a Sony electronic device. It's a Conjunction brand sneaker, you know.
Yeah.
So basically, Amazon's trying to get to the bottom of this on their own right, but Run DMC's like, you know what, we'll handle our particular avenue. Where was I? In a related story, Apple has also said that around 90% of the quote-unquote genuine Apple products being sold on Amazon were fake in their own separate lawsuits. So a lot of the Apple stuff that you get, the accessories, the headphones, the little proper, you know,
see, I don't really
earbuds
get
will
that.
stay in.
I get the like the T-shirts and like the vendor stuff from like Run DMC. Like I know there's a bunch of like kids in Kansas walking around with fake Run DMC shirts and everything like that. But I don't know how you rig knockoff Apple equipment and everything.
Well, the
like
electronics
that,
are big, man. One of the big things is like memory cards, and RAM sticks.
Well, how much did they say they were stuff was being? How much? What was the percentage?
90%. They said
90%.
90%.
Seems a little high.
I feel like that's an exaggeration.
Who might have called them a liar?
I feel like that's them.
I think it might be them just saying like, you know what people put on there like, these headphones are for Apple, and people are like, oh, these means they are Apple. So it's like any sort of white earbuds.
That's
you
true,
know,
too.
like
That's true,
JVC
too.
white earbuds. It says for Apple iPads. People are like, oh, this is Apple earbuds because it's for Apple.
Yeah,
so I think they're
it's
inflating the
compatible
numbers.
with, not exactly meant
Exactly.
for.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
like
you,
I
I
have
get
You
you.
don't want to pay $90 for a set of headphones, you know.
Mhm.
And
Sometimes
they will
pick up a
charge you
knockoff.
$90
Naturally,
for
I don't know
a
how you
freaking
wouldn't.
set of headphones that will
Yeah.
fall out the second you, like, you know, seriously, those little ass earbuds everyone lost
Well,
in
it
the
was-
first half hour.
It was
I'll
good,
give
and
them
there
their
was
iPhone 7,
that meme, the something about Mary thing with like the guy's shot coming, you know, hanging from Ben Stiller's ear, and they look like the earbuds. That's it, man. That's it. That's what they look.
That's where Apple makes most of the
You
money.
know what I'm talking
I know
about.
what you're talking.
I know exactly
what
what
you're
you're
talking
talking
about because I know what you're talking about.
But like, how does the company that good make earphones so bad? You know what I mean?
Because they
The
want
company
their
that
money.
makes phones so like, you know what I mean, that takes over the entire market.
Man, that's
Makes
like
earphones
asking,
that don't fit in anybody's ears. They don't fit in any single person's ears.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. That's like
They
asking,
do, you know what I mean?
How you
They
gonna
do,
pay
but
$150 to $350 for some Beats headphones when
Yeah.
they're subpar to the lab tech headphones
Yeah.
you could get from Radio Shack, you know, because they know that's where the money is.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
honest-
where they make most of their money.
Mhm.
They design their products specifically so you're forced to buy new cords to charge.
Mhm.
If you buy an iPad, you're gonna get like a 2-foot cord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how's Radio Shack doing right now?
And they
No,
know.
they-
Like-
No, hey, Radio Shack is doing good. They got
They're-
that
they're-
bailout.
no,
They
they're
got that bail. They got that bailout from
Exactly.
Nick.
When you ask for a bailout, you're
what's
not
his-
doing well.
from
That's
Mr.
just
Mariah
it.
Carey there. The former Mr. Mariah Carey.
Hey, hold up
yeah.
now.
What,
Hey,
you want
hey.
to defend that, brother?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead. Go
That's
ahead. defend
incredible. That's incredible enterprises with his own real estate firm with his money that he bailed out Radio Shack. He ain't mess up the song at New Year's.
Oh.
He's stacking money hand over fist.
cold,
But
cold.
what I believe, it seemed like he traded up. That's all I'm saying.
No, man. You're right. If you're going to leave Mariah Carey, your next step is Radio Shack. Because Radio Shack got that butt.
Oh my god.
I don't know where
Butt.
they're going.
Yeah.
But no. The rest of the news story here is, according to McDaniels, the products sold by the defendants confused the public as to the source of the product and suggest that Run DMC endorses the product. So they're pretty much trading on not just the products themselves, but the Run DMC name.
Mhm.
And I figure. Oh, what's that?
I can't remember the last time I cared about the last thing Run DMC endorsed.
Right.
So,
Well, when's the last thing then Run DMC endorsed
Holy
something?
water.
I'm trying to. What up?
Holy water.
right, so
No.
I didn't even.
I was waiting to see if you picked.
I looking at this. I looked at marinade for a minute. I was like, did he say holy water? No, he did. You gotta be bringing the collar in a fight. Like, no, it ain't. If you take Reverend Run's holy water, we got a problem.
No. Actually, no. Diggy Simmons. No. DMC has a comic book. I actually have I have a couple autographed versions I got from him at Comic-Con last year. He's been promoting a comic that's pretty much a fictionalized version of DMC of him, Daryl, meeting Joe. Yeah. Basically, the two of them meeting in a fictionalized situation and not forming Run DMC, but rather forming a like vigilante pseudo superhero
League of Superheroes.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting
Well,
concept.
I
The book
get why
isn't
they're,
bad.
I get why they're suing though. You know what I mean? It's not like you're just selling knockoff crap, but it's just selling your word on that it's quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you put that in people's mouths. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, imagine
you know what I mean?
you and I, start seeing products pop up on I don't know, like Etsy. You know, hey, join the geek side. What the? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I guess. You know,
It's not only is this from that show, but it's just like, hey, they really enjoy and they wear it themselves. It's like, yeah, you know.
So you trying to tell me? I do gotta ask a quick question real quick. All right, I got this real quick question, man.
Yeah.
And it probably feels a little guilty by the asking. So you trying to tell me that the Run DMC shirt that I got for Walmart, Run nor Daryl DMC got that money?
That's correct, brother. I'm sorry.
Probably.
Man, sorry, y'all.
Well, again,
I like
that
the shirt though.
billion-dollar industry that like,
Are you buying hip hop products from Walmart?
Hey, bro, it's in the superhero section. I got my Iron Man shirt, my Nirvana T-shirt, and my Run DMC T-shirt. Same day, son. Same section.
When you say your Iron Man T-shirt, do you mean your Tony Stark's Ghostface T-shirt or your that's a fair question.
This is one-stop shopping here.
Is it Ghostface Iron Man or Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man?
Exactly.
It's Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man.
Okay, all right, cool. That's imagine Iron Man and armor flying through in a fur coat. Like that's not canon. It's not happening. All right. Well, anyways, anyone who wants to follow up on this story for yourselves, I actually highly recommend you do because you might be buying bootleg counterfeit products and paying full prices for them, and that's ironically enough where my beef is.
on a markdown price though.
Well, no. Well, okay, yeah, you're right. With that Amazon Prime, it's Amazon Prime bootleg discount. Now, if you're buying bootleg products and you want to, that's all on you.
Well, I mean,
Cool. If they're charging you full price, then you're just being ripped off like they're being ripped off.
But at
and
the same
none
time,
of
you
the
think
profits.
people are going to Walmart and buying Run DMC shirts are really concerned about whether that money goes to the artist
Probably
or not?
not.
Like,
But Run
come
DMC
on,
stretch pants.
and you're right.
you know, they
The
want
artist
those
making
all
it
day.
should because they're making millions off of them. You know what I mean?
Well, also,
but
this isn't like Metallica
the
saying,
customer
well,
doesn't
we should
care,
get
you know?
100% of the profit because we're important musicians, and
Right.
Britney Spears and all that, you know, and suing innocent folks downloading MP3. This is like the Run DMC.
just straight up like stealing your image.
That's kind of all they have now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I'll rock a Run
Absolutely.
DMC wall just
Because they don't have albums coming out, but they do have their name, their stuff. You know what I mean? Absolutely, they definitely have a case if that's what it is.
Right now, the case is ongoing, so basically Google it. I mean, it's all over the place if you know where to look.
They're gonna settle
Now
out of
again,
court. You know this was gonna happen too. Was the Walton family that owns Walmart? The billions,
Walmart,
billions,
Sam's Club, them jokers.
like
got
all
their
the
hands in
kids
everything.
that like the 3 or 4 of them have like the top 10 highest.
Yeah, how messed up is that? When
It's
I
like
found out
5
they were all
through 8.
owned
It's the
by
whole family.
Is the
dude.
whole family
Like
of
Bob
Walmart?
Huff, 3 kids. Like
Yeah.
numbers 5 through 8, the richest people in this. Out of the world at least, I believe.
Mhm.
The world is bananas. Not
Yeah.
the world at least, the nation, I should say.
It's like De Beers.
Paying handicapped
Bush.
people minimum wage to work the doors and stuff like that. Yeah.
They're not even giving them health care. Like, people, like they have to go on mass health, son, or like
Yeah.
the local health economy, son, get welfare. Like, it's horrible. Purposely don't pay people over 40 hours. I'm sorry, this ain't about Walmart, but it's just like, damn.
It should be about Walmart. You're doing it. Yeah. Dirty bastards. Yeah.
It's the capital douchebaggery, yeah.
I actually read Sam Walton's memoir. Like the amount that he tries to play up, like I'm a hardworking, blue collar American with a pickup truck, is really sad.
Yeah, no, it seems a little. It seems like the Scientology guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
You know
Like,
who else I played up? I'm telling you, I'm one of you when I get
Oh,
Obama
yeah.
out of office, and I'm gonna bring jobs back to
It's
the coal
sad.
miners when I get driven in my limo to work in the coal mines like I do because I'm one of you. Trust me.
I'm just like you, even though I live in a golden palace in New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sad. Goodbye,
Yeah.
Pat. Next subject.
I promise.
Well played, sir. Well played.
All right. Next news story, dude. This is a wild one, and I really want anyone who knows to chime in on.
Awesome, son.
You know, I was actually hoping we weren't going to talk about this.
Oh
but-
no, it's happening. I'm
all right.
sorry. It's too
going
much.
down.
Herb, I want your take on this one too, man. In this corner, we have. All right. The news story we're talking about now: Chris Brown and Soulja Boy agree to a sanctioned in-ring fight. Now, what started as simply liking an Instagram pic has erupted into the biggest music industry beef since Drake first Meek Mill.
Mm.
And they were serious to try
So-
to paint this on some East Side.
So a
West
few things,
Side,
yeah, like
Tupac, Biggie level.
yeah. One, it shows you how like low it's gone between rap beefs and everything like that. Where now it's like liking something on Instagram causes something. Usually you had to, actually
back in the day,
you had
get
to make
shot.
threats.
You know?
You had to get in front of an audience and call out people. You know what I mean? And then do it over bars on hip hop albums and
And
stuff like that.
I'm waiting
Now
on
it's-
MC Frontline versus Richard
Yeah.
Cheese, dog. We need to get this one on.
Yeah, now it's you liked someone's post on Instagram, which is it's just so
Yeah, that's
bad.
the stupidest
It's
catalyst.
so bad.
Hey, hold up now. Before we start throwing shade on them,
Yeah.
let's not act like we don't remember why LL Cool J cannabis beef over a damn tattoo.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Like, come on,
That's
son. That's
LL's,
just that's
At least that was permanent. You can't delete that.
touche, sir. Touche.
But they settled over bars too. They went in, you know what I mean? They went after it like that. And I think somebody said, he's like, don't you guys live in the same city?
He was
You
on
know
the
what I mean?
same-
Get
he was
off
on
your
the same
phone.
record as him.
Yeah,
He was on the
just-
same record as him.
Yeah.
But now they're about to handle it with these hands. Go ahead.
Yeah, about to throw hands. What we're actually talking about, the situation is Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend, Karrueche Tran, posted a racy picture which on Instagram, which Soulja Boy liked, enthusiastically liked with a bunch of hard-eye smiley faces.
Hold on, what did Jim Remy say? Bitches love smiley faces.
You really liked it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, now, here's dude. If you'll pardon me using the term, this is a proper nigga moment.
It is.
All right, seriously.
Go see
Alright, well,
Boondocks if you don't know what that means. Google what he just
It's
said.
so,
and
yeah.
see Boondocks.
I'm glad you said it.
It's
The
crystal
most,
clear.
the most unintelligent term for surprisingly intelligent arguments.
Right.
It is.
But basically, this was enough to set Chris Brown off. Brown allegedly threatened Soulja Boy because of this, kicking off a days-long social media war. Now, what happened when y'all just I'm talking shit about this dude, I'm talking stuff about this dude too, and we're just talking mess back and forth about each other. Now these cats are actually like, I'm gonna meet you in real life and do it.
Well, the thing is,
Okay,
why
cool,
they
you
do
say
it, they're
that.
both like 95 pounds and are not known
what?
for their
I
hands.
got my
You know what I
money on
mean?
Soulja
So.
Boy, hands
Get your
down.
money on
No, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. It's like, don't take sides because this stuff's not going to happen.
Wait.
The reason, okay, now it's going to be a 3-round fight. It's supposed to be a 3-round fight. One of them's got 50 Cent promoting it. The other one's getting, I think, Soulja Boy's getting trained by Floyd Mayweather. And then Chris Brown's getting trained by Mike Tyson, supposedly. You know what I mean? So that's what. That's how it's supposed to happen right now. And if you think this is anything but just trying to get their names out of there, trying to get publicity, that's why Mike Tyson's like, oh, a new joint's dropping soon. It's gonna happen. Chris Brown's new song's happening on my Instagram. That is happening right now. While we talk, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's about putting their stuff out there. It's not about actually fighting. You think a 3-round fight between two 95-pound guys that never fought before is gonna be entertaining?
Yes,
If you think
I do,
so,
actually.
I think you need to be put down.
These two
I think you
chicken
need to be
wing
put
job
down.
suckers.
You're gonna spend money on pay-per-view to watch two guys like flail and hit each other.
No, I'm
this
not
is
spending
so
damn thing.
ridiculous. The last good hip hop beef happened with Nas and Jay-Z.
He's on a roll.
They settled it over bars, and it was done. Done. Ether came out, and the shit was done. It was over. And now this is what's happening. This is what hip hop has come to. This is just indicative of the state of hip hop beef, hip hop in general, and it's over. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'm like.
But if you watching this on Twitch, y'all, you see Adam with the hoodie on too, going in like LL Cool J. That's my man.
Well, no,
But they're
that
trying to
was
get people fooled. They're trying to get people. It's gone too far. And then it's like what was it? Soulja Boy like posted a picture of Chris Brown's daughter. Now it's like a small girl brought
that's
into it.
where it went.
That was gone too far. And
That's
now
where
this
it
is to
came
a point. It's
head,
like
yes.
when you realize the start of it. When you think about the start of it, someone liked someone's
He liked
photo.
A
And now it's gone to like somebody scratching their face with a gun and like some kid talking about, and there was all these
they
videos
got promo
like
posters. One of them photoshopped his face on Muhammad Ali standing over Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be your career. Like, are you serious?
Yeah,
No.
this is what gets me the most is all that behavior.
Yeah.
One of them's gonna walk away with $1 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is gonna be rewarded.
Oh, they both
And it's
just
gonna be
made
off
possible.
your money because you think this is something worth paying attention
Well, I
to.
mean, hey, if Ronda Rousey pulled in $3 million for last time bringing 45 seconds, I'm just saying, let's not hate.
Yeah.
But
that's her business. That's her
They
business.
put money into
you know
this,
what I mean?
man. It's entertainment. I'm not gonna be paying no money to see it. I'm gonna go to Pat's house and watch Pat pay for me to see it. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'll be there too. Shut up.
Let me help you up off the floor while you dropping those low blows. All right. No, seriously though, the concept of this is just pure ridiculousness, and it started with liking an Instagram picture and the ultimate pettiness, and the fact that they brought the city of Compton into this. And they got they got the city of Compton into this. Soulja Boy called out "Fruity," which apparently is like the battle cry, the rally cry now for the Fruit Town regional sect of the Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
So they got the Bloods involved, and they're sending out like posts like, "Yo, 50 Cent, you can't be. We're not gonna let this fight happen without our sanction. You can't come through our neighborhood."
Well, it's funny.
I'm like, "Are you serious?"
There was that video. There was that video, and it was the Soulja Boy video when he went up to the dude, and he's like, "Oh, they say Soulja ain't from the hood," and he puts his arm around the guy, and the guy shoves him. Right, but at the beginning of that video, and the best part of this whole feud was, there's this big ass dude standing there, and he goes, "Yo, go get a blunt, blood. Go get a blunt, blood." And that was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, because that was the only honest moment of this whole thing, was this guy standing in the street trying to get high.
Yeah, this dude's messing up left and right, man. I'm just like, the prestige is waning, and I think this might be one of the few things, even though he's in on the gag, we were talking immensely about Soulja Boy's robbery story, and being like the lampoon meme of the week, du jour, if you will. Everyone making fun of this dude, telling a story about how like some dudes tried to rob his house, and then he suddenly is like one-man army solo vigilante justice, stopping him, shooting one dude, and like basically I don't know, stamping out crime in his local region.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Kaplow, kaplow," and he rolled up me. I was like, and then I looked around and I took his mask off, and I knew it was one of my mans, and I shot him. Kaplow, kaplow.
So he's like the Punisher?
Yeah, just literally tell the story.
But then he was trying to squash it too, because he's like, "Oh, my mother's sick." And then there was another video. The thing is, there was so many Instagram videos that happened. Obviously, they're under a minute long. There was like 5 or 6 streams of these things where once he was like talking about shooting a guy, just going up and killing him, and then he was like, "Oh, my mom's sick. I hope to make music with you in the future." It's just like none of this makes sense. I think if everybody just took a step back, took a deep breath, waited a day, maybe you're not going to say that retarded thing.
You know what? You're right. Well, Adam Morris is right. There are no more level-headed people than famous rappers, as we've come to see and know. They have history of
but at least you
being
used to wait till like award shows and stuff. You used to wait till like the Source Awards.
And that's when you do your chair.
That's what you do. Oh, you beat me to it.
That's when you do your chair.
You used to make an album and you'd have one track doing the whole thing, or you'd wait to an award show like that.
A lot of people don't realize
it was built up.
Knock You Out is not just a badass song. That was like the original diss record to take out, like to end someone's career.
Yeah.
And Kool Moe Dee had him up until then.
So back to Vaseline too, you know what I mean?
Vaseline probably was the best.
And that's a real Compton beef, you know what I mean? That was it, you know what I mean? It's like you guys moved out of Compton. He was saying all that thing. You live in a bunch of house with a bunch of white guys. What are you doing? You know what I mean? NW ain't that, but that was old Compton beef. Now this is, I mean,
now
not that I want like real violence,
between
and that's not what I'm saying.
I won't say gawky teenagers. They're 26 and 27. And they're being trained by Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I really want to talk some mess.
It's not because they want to be in there.
I kind of don't, in case we find ourselves on the same
level. You better leave Mike alone. You better leave Mike alone.
Oh, no, I ain't messing with Mike at all. Michael eat my family.
Dude, when Mike fell off the hoverboard, I did not laugh. I don't want Mike to come after me, son.
I broke my back. I'm sorry. You're what?
Spinal.
My back. You say all right. If anyone's not catching these references, because we're like 9 levels deep. Okay.
What do you mean you broke your back? You have vertebrae? No. Spinal. Yeah.
Chris Brown is fighting Soulja Boy over the most ridiculous premise ever.
A guy that beats women versus a guy that had one hit that's 95 pounds. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Wait. A guy who beats women.
A guy that beats women versus a self-proclaimed Punisher / Batman Man / Commando / Terminator / Jive Sucker. That's the proper news story here. What we're talking about there is they're also being trained. Soulja Boy is being trained by
Money Mayweather.
Yeah, is he still undefeated? Undefeated.
Yes.
Yeah.
By undefeated, retired, unretired, re-retired, unretired, re-retired.
Mouthpiece. Women beater shoe.
Unretired, mouthpiece Floyd Mayweather. And Chris Brown now being trained with monetary backing by 50 Cent, being trained by Iron Mike Tyson, notorious carnivore.
The only thing I can hope for out of this after you saying that is like some Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather beef.
Yeah.
No, I'm hoping,
That would
I'm
be
hoping
some
for
good
another one of
stuff.
these.
You
You are held up Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the video game. I'm hoping something new comes out. Just let EA get on the job, and we'll see like Chris Brown versus
Chris
Soulja
Brown's
Boy.
boxing, whatever for PlayStation.
Def Jam New York Part 2.
How much you want to bet it'll be like what was that game? Dive Kick. It'll be a one punch.
There are some rappers I would like to see box though.
Who would you like to see box?
I don't know,
There
like
was-
Nori. I'd like to see him box.
Nori's
I
a
feel
big
like he
dude.
was
I
a
think
dude
Nori
that
would
could,
go.
Nori
that
was a
could
big
throw
dude.
hands.
I
You know
haven't
what I
seen that
mean?
dude in years, man.
Sticky
I don't know
Fingers.
if he's
Yeah.
I'd like
got-
to see Sticky Fingers fight.
Okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'll be
Sticky
frightened. I'll be
fingers.
frightened of Sticky because knowing those Onyx cats, they'd be like, if I lose this fight, you shoot him and everybody in the front row. Like, damn.
And that's the reason why I want to see them do the fight. Because you're like, I ain't trying to get shot, so I'm gonna lose.
You can watch from home. You're gonna get pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Mike Tyson is training Chris Brown as if he needs any actual instruction on beating women. That's right, I said it.
What you hating on Breezy for, man?
Because he does beat women. That's just a fact.
It was one time. Accident.
Yeah,
Limited
I was
to one
17
relationship.
then. I was 17 then. I'm grown now. Like it's like, did you grow to realize that the dumbest shit you could have done?
All right.
All right,
Okay.
we're
We've
done.
given
Yeah,
this
yeah.
far too much
Oh,
attention.
man.
The match is happening in
I'm
March
sorry.
of this year. It's gonna go down despite what the blood say. I think. I kind of want to see this mostly because it's the most ridiculous thing ever, and this is a hell of a way to kick off 2017.
Go get a blood.
For all it's worth, we have one person on Twitch that is on the side of looks like Soulja Boy.
Oh wow, we're taking sides now.
All right.
Hey, man, Soulja Boy challenge, dude. He's
Man.
got him, son.
Soulja Boy dances, Superman.
It's bigger than us.
All
It's
right.
bigger than us.
All right. Well, on the actual important stuff,
Mhm.
I got to check out a comic. Ryan, I believe you got to check out a comic as well.
Got to is
Oh, okay. Talking to the microphone, please, sir.
Got to is a little bit
Oh, okay.
Far-fetched.
Was inflicted on.
No, this one was not one of my favorites.
Okay, well, we're talking about Rick and Morty, Little Poopy Superstar. That's the follow-up comic to the original Rick and Morty comic book that came out in 2015. This is the second installment that now centers around, instead of Rick and Morty themselves, centered around Rick's sister Summer and a favorite character. I'd say favorite. If anyone's familiar with the TV show Rick and Morty, one of the characters that, I don't know, was kind of a one-off, or people really liked, Mr. Poopy Butthole. Herb, are you familiar with Mr. Poopy Butthole?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Poopy Butthole, whose fame transcends genres. I'm
So
sorry,
good.
it's good. Basically, the premise of this is Mr. Poopy Butthole is reintroduced to the damn it, it's not Sanchez family, is it? What's Morty's actual last name?
I think it is Sanchez.
Yeah.
Well, I know Rick Sanchez.
Rick Sanchez.
Yeah,
And
but-
Morty's his grandson.
yes,
Yes,
but it's his daughter.
Mom's side, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
well, anyways, we know Jerry's last name. Anyways, to Morty's family, and Summer is feeling kind of left out because she's complaining about Rick and Morty always on adventures, and why didn't she ever get hers? Why didn't she ever get the shine? Why is Morty Uncle Rick's favorite? And the story itself really pushes her into the kind of a victimized role until Mr. Poopy Butthole presents an opportunity, and that's where the story kicks off. Ryan, what were your initial interpretations here, man?
I'm not familiar with the show at all, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Dude, I didn't know you were going in virginal, man. That's
I was
awesome.
Going on was it dry?
Yeah,
raw, that's it.
Going in dry.
You're just trying to say going in raw with no Vaseline. That's the wrong comparison. That's what
So we
I'm
won't
saying.
make that right now.
Yeah. That's slightly misusing that metaphor there, buddy.
But yeah, this was it wasn't exciting. It was not even remotely original. It's like Ren and Stimpy did it, and then they're like
Yeah.
trying to pull something from everywhere that they find offensive and trying to push it all together. And the most creative thing they did was make up new names, which was
Well, believe it or not, the show is, if anyone's really familiar with it, 10 times more
Really?
offensive than this. But that's one of the things that makes it great. I actually thought that this story was pretty much neutered from what we're used to seeing from the Rick and
From
Morty
the series, yeah.
ethos there. Yeah, and I love Rick and Morty. It's because it's not just crude humor; it's very smart.
It's one of those things I haven't
crude
got to
humor.
yet, and I'm just so excited to eventually do that. But like,
I've been
all I
pushing it on
hear is
people
great
left and
things
right.
about the show. You know what I mean? I hear about it all the time, and it's
Yeah,
just one of
that's
those
the thing.
things I haven't sat
It's
down and got through.
So it's kind of refreshing because it's one of those things where it's like you get like the gross humor, you get a lot of Cronenberg jokes, a lot of fart jokes, a lot of sex jokes, all types of stuff, but it's all done intelligently.
Yeah.
And the premise is one that you'd think, oh, I wouldn't like this. It's pretty much anyone who's unfamiliar, like completely unfamiliar. Imagine if Doc Brown from Back to the Future was an alcoholic. And Marty was his grandson rather than just a friend, and he didn't really like him. You know, he pretty much used them for everything. That's the premise, and it
But he
sounds
was
like
stuck along for adventures and all that.
you know, it sounds like mean-spirited one-off comedy. You'd see it in the back of like a Flaming Carrot book, just as a throwaway story. But it's actually a very smartly written show. You know, it's much more intelligent than you'd expect, and it's funny. Like, that's the thing. It's intelligent comedy.
Well, it's kind of like
isn't usually funny,
Futurama
but
in the
I
same
laugh my
way,
ass
you know
off
what I
more
mean?
often than
Where Fry comes back, but it's his great grandpa, you know what I mean, that he's working for, you know?
That was
It's
a
in the
screw
similar
episode,
way,
by the
yeah.
way. His grandma, like, you know, hey, no, Nana, no.
By the way, if you haven't watched Futurama, shame on you. It's the best of the Simpsons.
Yes,
some
forever.
good,
You know what I
good
mean?
down-home
It's the best.
family incest.
It's
Now, with Rick and Morty, though, it's normally much more in your face and much more obscene than was in this book. I thought this one really suffered because of that.
Yeah, it is pretty in your face. It's they draw a little bit of puke going down the dude's chin. And,
Yes, they do.
And it's not really all that original. It's how to put it.
Well,
it's just whatever. It's like they sat down on the couch and like, what can we put in this? And they're like, okay, what's most disgusting you can think of? He ate something disgusting, or he forced his kid to eat something disgusting.
I see that, but I get this. This was a sense of complacency. They got a little comfortable with the fact that people already like Rick and Morty. We're already working with the property that people will.
The name.
Exactly.
Which you've seen that a million times. Is this the first book you've read?
The first in the Rick and Morty line.
Yeah.
I went back and checked out the previous book after reading this one, just to see if it's along the same line. The artwork was different. The storyline was a little more in tune with the show itself. So if you're a big fan of the show, I'd say read the first book. And even then, it's kind of like when they first introduced Simpsons comics. You know, you're familiar with that level of comic book. That level of cartoon, and then you read the comics thinking it's going to be the same caliber, and then you get a sense of
I mean,
these
it's
are
in different
amusing,
people's hands. It's other people. I mean, it's a sense that other people think they can do what that comic does. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like subpar fan fiction.
Yes, exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that is fantastic. I could do this. You know what I mean? Let me put it in this form. People are going to love it. You know what I mean? They love this product. And so they put something out, and you're like, well, you're not the writers. You know what I mean? And that just shows you how good the writers are of, you know, whatever, of The Simpsons, of Futurama, of Rick and Morty.
And that's so disappointing, though, dude, because there was such promise here. You know, I mean, Ryan, as somebody who's not familiar with the story, I know why I had my problems with it, because I've seen it done in a different avenue.
Is it maybe because they're lacking some of the sound effects, the voices, the animations?
Totally. Also, they take for granted that this is a comic book, not a cartoon. And in the cartoon, you have time to sit there and have characters just espouse these long, you know, these speeches. They can just like lay everything out. Whereas this, they have like 4 pages looking at the exact same panel and just different word bubbles.
Well, jokes
don't
translate as well in writing as they do on air. And anybody who's ever read anything transcribed from a radio program, like if you ever listen to Opie and Anthony written down, you know what I mean? It's just like it reads as the most offensive crap ever. You know what I mean? But you're listening, you're like, that's funny. You know what I mean? It's just like there's things that just don't translate. You know what I mean? And things that need context, and the things that you need to be there. You need to be like in it to get it. You know what I mean? So like sometimes jokes from something doesn't really convert. Yeah. So I mean, maybe this is the case. Maybe it's just people thinking
transcribed versions of this show people hate.
Yes,
I mean, I've had tomatoes.
I've been trying to cash in on those on Amazon for months, but
I had some guy demand his 17 cents back. For a Kindle down. I mean, okay. So Ryan, I'm glad that you weren't familiar with the show. I actually didn't realize this when I assigned it to you. So as somebody who read the book going in blind,
no, I've heard a lot of really good things about the show. It's not something I think I'd normally watch. I was a huge fan of Ren and Stimpy, stuff like that. I think I'd go back and watch the show. based on what I read and what I've heard here and what I've heard from a lot of friends and family and whatnot who actually watch the show, everybody raves about how good the show is, and I'd definitely give it a shot. But with the comic book, I'm definitely not a fan.
All right.
Again, all set up, no knockdown.
No, definitely well said. The artwork is different. Anyone who's familiar with the artwork on the show and likes that artwork, this seemed more along the lines of Adventure Time artwork. It seemed, which is a different style,
which works for Adventure Time, but not necessarily
exactly.
this one.
Works for Adventure Time. This, I'm just like that. There's a big freaking forehead on this woman.
Adventure Time's another one of those things too. You know, how funny is that show? It's coming up on its last season as well.
Yeah, they're ending that run. It's too deep up its own ass, man. Like that is elbow just.
It's just so funny though. Don't touch that. It's got the poo brain. It's just so stupidly funny. I don't know. It's just great. What a great show.
Well, Rick and Morty, Little Poopy Butthole, Little Poopy Superstar. Actually, I can't recommend this. This has not received my seal of approval. Ryan, your take?
I give it 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Cool. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Okay, cool. We don't play that number scale bullshit. All right, but no, Rick and Morty, Little Poopy Superstar, pass.
Little Poopy Superstar.
All right, so now let's actually talk about some real legitimate business because this weekend was the 74th annual Golden Globe Awards.
Yeah, which is funny because the Golden Globes every single year, every time it's like, hey, the Golden Globes are tonight. I'm like, really?
That's how it happened to me, man.
It's like it's happening now. Okay, yeah, I guess so. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's right.
The Oscars, you know, it's coming because they talk about it forever. Like the Golden Globes are like, oh yeah, that's tonight. You know, tonight.
I legit missed the first hour and a half because of that. I came home, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
We opened up Facebook, and I saw all these people tweeting on Facebook, talking about Paperboy. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on?
And by the time you turn it on, everyone's already drunk anyway.
Exactly.
It's famous because they have that open bar, I guess. There, you know what I mean? And celebrities get drunk and do all that stuff.
The thing that actually got me was everyone was putting up Meryl, and I'm thinking, Meryl, you're making a comeback? Yeah, let me find these clips of Meryl.
You mean making a comeback? She's been here, bro. Come on.
Yeah, well, little do I know. Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, so she was awarded the Cecil B. DeMille Award for like a lifetime making fantastic movies and being like the basically the top dog of actresses.
She deserves, man. If you've seen
Forever,
Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, so she used her
broken neck.
Yeah, she used her forum of getting this award to attack Trump. Not exactly directly use his name, except for in one case when calling him out for picking on people with handicap.
Yeah,
handicap.
She made a very good point though.
And saying, and then the point she made that I want to talk about is saying if we don't have foreigners in here and we don't have people from other countries, other cultures, then we're not going to have any good art. And then she said, all we're going to be left with is football and MMA, which isn't the arts.
This is true.
And she's right. And I know that messed up a lot of people that are in these specific areas. Like, oh, what we do is art, but it's not the arts she's talking about. There is a line.
Yeah.
You're right. Mixed martial arts is an art, but it's not like
it's not the same.
You're not
art.
performing
not
something
art.
for you're performing something for a physical test to like make money, but it's not like a performance in the same way. There's a production of it, and then it's repeated night after night, like the theater or a movie or anything like that. So she was right to call him out, and everyone's like, oh, she said this nasty stuff about Trump. It's like he picked on retarded people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, I'm going to get picked on for saying the word retarded.
No,
and
you're referring
to but it's ridiculous.
Special needs, handicapped reporter for the New York Times. I forget his last name. Serge Kowaleski. And basically, he's a man who has.
He can't move correctly. Yeah. He has a problem with moving, and it's in his joints and everything like that. It's not a mental handicap. You know what I mean? But
President-elect Trump famously mocked him during one of his speeches, and apparently got a lot of praise from his constituents because they're like, taking this stuff from people. It's like, are you not aware this man is actively making fun of? This is some schoolyard bully stuff.
Yeah, and it goes back to the time he called out John McCain. He said, I don't like people who are caught. You know what I mean? He's not a war hero because I like heroes who weren't caught. You know what I mean? It's just like he's calling out people who are, in wars. He's calling out people with handicaps. It's just like he is. It's clearly bullying in so many different levels, and she just made it aware. Like she's just reiterating what people have already said 1,000 times. So it's not like new stuff. And so
Well, not to harp on.
And you're right,
much.
because those two groups right there are the people who historically have been safe in our American public space.
Yes.
Those who are
especially
those who are
by
war
the
heroes
president-elect of the United States of America. And it's not like, oh, I've said worse things. Yeah, are you running for president?
Pretty much.
No.
I mean, it's one of those sort of things that you don't say, because those people are protected.
You don't say it if you're the president of the United States.
Of course,
you say it if
I
you're
agree.
just a normal dude. You know what I mean? That's
So
the thing. You are
applaud her.
held
I
to a
think
different
she
standard.
She chose the right moment to make a very powerful and brief but poignant statement.
Yeah.
And
by the way, it's her forum.
Also,
she can say whatever the hell she wants. She's earned that right by winning this award, so she can say whatever. And she's not unique.
Well, here's what got me
though.
When she got up there and started, and it's just the reverence she has for her peers, her fellow actresses, that she got up and she named people by name and had facts about their background. She knew these people, and she said, this person who got their start here, and this person who was from here and graduated to here and has since worked in this, and this person, and this person, Natalie Portman, Viola Davis.
Yeah.
She was like dropping
names.
You
don't.
I'm like,
Ryan Gosling. I mean, that part right there was the part that impressed me the most, which is the fact, like, she ran through 7 people from different races, ethnicities, geographical locations, whole 9 yards, social status. She just ran through them. Viola Davis,
and that's her time to do that. You know what I mean? She took it.
It was beautiful,
and she took it to do that. You know what I mean? It's like you're not reading any, Us Weekly stories about her having any, any problems, saying all these nasty things. Which I think she's the genuine article. So for the president-elect of the United States of America to then go on Twitter and say her by name and say she's overrated and all these nasty things, it's like. It's the most ridiculous thing I can think of, and it's just like this is the country we live in, where the guy in the highest office can then name somebody by name and not take the higher, not take the higher route and not take the higher ground.
Well, that part
say someone is nasty.
I applaud her on that, but I also want to make sure we don't spend too much time on this, because Meryl Streep has been kind of the dominant aspect of the Golden Globes, and I want to make sure we don't overshadow.
If he just saw the Iron Lady, he might have had a point. She was overrated.
Wow.
She liked the Iron Lady.
Really?
If he just saw that movie, maybe he had a point.
We just had all this good stuff, and you're going to throw out the one.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah, but
I actually liked the
I'm just trying to make light of it. Yeah, there was.
I'm messing with it.
There's a lot of stuff, but I mean.
All right, okay, but no, you emphasize there's a lot of. Dude, lay it on us, man. What was some of the highlights of the Golden Globe ceremony?
Well, just like running down what we should be doing is who won awards, who won actual awards, like Best Picture drama, Moonlight. I mean, that was a great movie.
You raved about that.
Yes, I did. Yeah, no, and one of my favorite performances of the year, my favorite movie of the year, Manchester by the Sea, Best Actor drama, was Casey Affleck, and it was just so good to see him win something because it was such a good movie.
I thought that was
so fantastic.
It's very rare to hear you say. Best movie I've seen.
And I've been going off about it for months now, and it's still so good. Yep. And supporting actress Viola Davis, which we just mentioned, she won for Fences.
Fences, the remake of the
is 1983 play by August Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then she
James
took
Earl Jones famously.
Yeah, and so she took the time to call out American theater, which was great. You know what I mean, saying the importance of American theater and things like that. So it's just there was a lot of good stuff going on, and it was like overshadowed by the day after kind of ugliness of the the backlash. But Damien Chazelle won for La La Land for the screenplay. There's a lot of good things.
Dude. I didn't really think of like a musical, dancing modern day Fred Astaire.
Well, that's the only time they get
like...
really recognized as the Golden Globes, because they do the separate category, which is like comedy or musical. So it's usually something like that. Like Deadpool was nominated.
Which was
Ryan Reynolds was nominated, actually. It was like for Best Actor. I think it was Ryan Reynolds won for Best Actor for comedy and musical, and then there was they showed it, and it was Andrew Garfield, who was nominated for Hacksaw Ridge, and Ryan Reynolds, who was nominated for Deadpool, kissed.
Yes, they did.
They kissed, right?
As Ryan Gosling went up to receive his award, Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield went full on lip
full
lock.
on mouth, yeah. They went at it, man.
If you're watching our Twitch feed, it is prominent in the image that Just Johnny threw up there.
Yeah,
so it's right there.
You'll see Ryan Gosling going up to receive his award, and those two suckers in the back naked.
Getting their own kind of reward.
No, yeah. I'm gonna reward myself. Yeah, I know. So
one of the things that I really liked for me was just like, wow, it was actually with Atlanta getting the was it best television series.
And this
for
one I was just
comedy
talking
and
about
drama.
movies, but you're right. Now it's TV. It was good.
And Donald Glover as well, because it's one of those sort of things where you kept hearing about it, and its premise, you're like, well, do I really want to watch a show that's about a guy and his cousin trying to get a rap deal? But
dude,
it's done very, very well. I loved it.
This guy's gonna blow up.
Really
I mean,
is,
if he hasn't already,
absolutely.
but he knows him as Childish Gambino. They know him or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's done stand up. He's done this TV show. He's gonna be doing movies,
Spider-Man.
and he's winning awards.
Yeah,
This guy is gonna be the biggest thing, and it's great because this guy is talented.
He's clear
man.
prodigy.
He is absolutely ridiculous as a writer, as an actor, as a producer. Whatever he wants to do, give him the keys, man, because this guy is a monster, and I want to watch anything he does. And I haven't watched a show Atlanta yet, and I hear all these great things, but this guy is serious.
I've watched
This guy's
Atlanta. It
serious.
was too black for me.
Yeah. And have you watched the show?
No, not yet, but I did see Magic Mike 2.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in that.
good.
He was in that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Magic Mike 2. Yeah.
He sang in that movie. He acted in that
Yep.
movie. He was just his prodigy
Absolutely.
self, and
Yep.
I didn't even care about the rest of the characters.
You're right.
That's how
Right.
great he
Right.
is.
Yeah. Best actress drama movies. Isabel Huppert for Elle. By the way, that's a Paul Verhoeven movie. Paul Verhoeven, if you're not familiar with that guy, is RoboCop,
Yeah.
Starship Troopers. It was a Total Recall. All this stuff. Some of the most subversively satirical commentary ever. And if you're not familiar, get your ass out. Go listen to this.
Get your ass
If
to
you're not
Boz.
familiar, you
Yeah,
haven't
get your
listened
ass
to
to
enough
Boz.
of this show.
So, but Isabel Huppert, she's been around forever, man. She's been around forever. She's a monster actress. She's so good, and American audiences don't know her because she's, she does, the European films. She's only done a handful of American movies. But I hope this really, this kind of exposes her to more American audiences, especially with her winning. So Elle, but just go dig up her old stuff, man, like the Piano Teacher, Michael Haneke movie from the 90s, from France. So good, dude. So good. So she's done so many good things, but there's a lot of great winners,
One of the few things I appreciate about award ceremonies, I'm not really big on the pomp and circumstance that they throw out, because honestly, dude, this is your job. This is what you do, and everyone celebrates it. And then there's always turmoil with the controversy with the voting of, well, someone deserved this and someone else deserved this and things.
Yeah.
It's like, no, at some point you just have to realize these are folks who have earned some accolades.
Yeah.
And they have several different ceremonies where they get those out. Not everything is the Oscars. Not everything is looking to snub folks for one reason or another.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not always
you
run
gotta
by,
understand.
run by a boys' club or a club of like old Caucasians or no one or something with an agenda. Sometimes it is just Meryl Streep was an incredible actress throughout the course of her career and deserves a lifetime achievement.
Well, and because somebody
and
won
people
something.
should have fun. Justin Timberlake was all in the sucker. What's his name? Hosted by friggin' the guy with the thing in the roots.
Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy Fallon. And they just get up there and have fun.
Yeah.
The teleprompter broke on him.
Yeah.
He couldn't improvise.
Just roll with it.
The rest, he just ran with it and said, you know what? Hey, it broke. I'm having fun here.
Well, people get mad with people
it'll
winning
fix
and not winning and everything like that. Like, with somebody winning award or not winning award shouldn't, depreciate your, you liking something they've done. Just go out and enjoy these movies anyway. They're there. You know what I mean? They're not like, because they didn't win it, they're like getting taken away or something like that. Go out and watch these things. You know what I mean? Enjoy them. You know what I mean?
You not give
There's
them
so
the
many
Razzie.
people. There's the
I wanted them to get a Razzie.
Exactly.
I'm writing a letter.
And the history of
Sort
people
of
getting
campaign.
snubbed or not winning or winning things people think they didn't deserve, it doesn't matter. It's art. Go out there and consume it, man. You know what I mean? It's not stopping you from doing that. This doesn't affect your day. You don't know these people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So what? Marissa Tomei didn't. That she won an Oscar for My Cousin Vinny. Who gives a damn, dude? Like that. The movie
She
is
is
bomb. Like
still gorgeous, boy.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Just
Wow.
go and watch this stuff. Go out and watch these things. You know what I mean? It shined a light on a bunch of people didn't think would win, and people didn't know about, and that's the kind of part of it as well.
Very true.
So get out there.
I'm now getting fashion tips from.
Mhm.
So this is
Supporting actor Aaron Taylor Johnson for
Your
Nocturnal Animals was another one of those guys people didn't know about. Like, oh, who's this guy? But shined a
people
light
know
on
him
him
as
too.
Kick-Ass. They don't know him as an actual
Right,
actor.
right.
Yeah.
But it was Marsahal Ali, the guy from Moonlight.
Yeah.
He was expected to win, I think, but I guess I think
AKA
he should have.
Cottonmouth.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. He was fantastic. It's not stopping you from going and watch that movie and enjoying it. And he was so good in it. And just like Aaron Taylor Johnson was great in this movie. So just go out and watch the movie. Who cares? You know what I mean? Beat people that way. You know what I mean? Put money into their art. That's it. You know what I mean? If you want to fight back, put money into what they do. That's the only thing they can have now. Everybody's trying to consume all this stuff. You know what I mean? They're trying to get it for free. You know what I mean? It's not doing anybody any good.
I love when we find the avenues that you're willing to advocate for, because you are just like the fire in your eyes right now.
Soulja Boy in Golden Globes, man. You really got me going. Exactly.
All right,
one thing I do want to drop, one more thing for the Golden Globes, is I do appreciate the fact that you saw Netflix represent and you saw FX represent.
Yes.
So you see alternative organizations.
Manchester by the Sea was Amazon as well.
Amazon.
Yep.
I mean, there you
Yep,
go.
yep.
So you got alternative organizations that are pushing out content being recognized. Because we all, I know I was one of the main people who was spazzing when House of Cards got jerked so many times, purely because it came out on Netflix. And just to see how Netflix and FX and Amazon is able to show and be rewarded for the great work they're doing, it was definitely something that really made me proud.
Well, that's it. You're seeing people go there because they have money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like Birth of a Nation. That was sold. That was sold for like $14 million out of Sundance. But like you're seeing other things like Manchester by the Sea was sold to Amazon and everything like that. They're going where the money is. You know what I mean? Like if they're willing to pay for your art and put it up in front of millions of people, who's not going to sign up for that? And it should be recognized because they're doing good things.
Well, I like that there's more avenues now, and there's more opportunity for these, where we're not just seeing the few like studios that people have known for eons.
The studio system has collapsed, man. It is, but people need to still do this. It's still a big, still big business, but people need to see it.
Yep.
People need to see it.
So all the more poignant, and all the more reason why it's important. It's important to see that Barb is alive. Barb is alive.
What did you think of the show in general, though? What did you think of it as a whole?
It was okay. It was a little
strange. No, I'm talking about.
No, actually, I thought this one was presented. I'm a little disappointed in Jimmy Fallon. I feel like he's.
Yeah, I've been disappointed with Jimmy Fallon his entire career, bro.
Oh, ditto.
Failing upwards as a career is not a career.
His entire career.
His entire career.
So you trying to tell me you didn't like the fact that he will crack a smile midway through a set, like he couldn't make it through a skit without laughing?
He could not make it through a skit without laughing. The only thing he did good on SNL was Mr. Leather. You want to feel me for my leather? People don't remember that was fun.
He did a great job pandering to Bostonians with fever.
Yes, that was bad.
Son of a.
So yes, okay. He wasn't good on SNL. He got all the movies. He wasn't good in movies at all because his movies didn't do well. And so they give him a night host job.
You didn't love Paxton?
Let's just give you the hottest seat in the entire country.
Yeah,
let's just who cares?
Nice
Because you were patient and we're doing that on Spike the Cone.
And you get the roots too. What? Yeah.
And you get the roots.
And you get the roots.
You're rewarded.
The roots are like, I guess.
You know what? I want to hate so bad, but I can't. I just don't think for the Golden Globes. I think he wasn't the strongest host, but I think he had enough of a support.
Everyone disses the host, though.
Everyone was there just to kind of pretty much have a good time. Mm-hmm. They know it's not the Oscars. They know what they're there for, and they're having fun with it.
Yeah,
that's what I think made it fun to watch.
Yeah. He's gonna tussle Donald Trump's hair next time. Why not do that? Who was it last year? Was it Ricky Gervais?
That tussle Trump.
No.
Whoa.
Ricky Gervais hosted last year, but he just flat out offends people. They're like, oh, we're not gonna write him back. People don't like him. People don't like him.
I mean, it's to the point that they're debating whether he should go for the Oscars. He's like, I don't think I should go. You saw how I did the Golden Globes past couple times.
I'm not gonna tone it down, which is good. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah. You hire a guy with teeth, he's gonna bite you. Come on.
Get Don Glover on the job.
Yeah. Well, he's bigger than that now. He's gonna be winning these things. He's not gonna be hosting these things. You know what I mean? So.
You got it, man.
What was the Migos thing too?
Migos?
Yeah. When did he call out Migos? Yeah. What was the?
I missed something. What's going on?
No, he shouted out Migos. I believe that music is used in his show for every now and again, and it's the music is a little raunchy side, but it's really good. It does capture the spirit of Southern rap. So for him to shout him out, I was just like, hold up, this is bad random to shout them out, but it's really good though. Like, he was like, it's one of the greatest songs ever was made. Then he rolled out. I was just like, what?
Oh wow!
But it's definitely. it definitely helped capture the spirit of Atlanta. That particular song, and of the songs that he uses, is very similar to the songs that they make.
I just like to picture stuffy white people Googling it the next day.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my! Just this
like,
gonna
what
happen.
Is this?
What?
Jizza my Nick. Oh, there it is. All right, so that was the Golden Globes. All right, now just to wrap up.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Just to wrap up real quick, I got to check out a game from one of our favorite smaller developers, smaller but freaking huge developers now, Tiny Build Games. The game itself is called Hello Neighbor. It's an interesting concept where Hello Neighbor is a stealth horror game about sneaking into your neighbor's house and figuring out what he's hiding in the basement.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, it's the break and enter game, brother. And in this game, it's kind of like on some.
I'm sorry, you just gotta create criminals, dude. What?
The premise of this game is beautiful because it's a small game. It's one that you just jump into, and it's a puzzle game. They call it a horror game. The only horror, it's horror like Are You Afraid of the Dark was horror.
Got you.
It's horror like watching Alfred Hitchcock in 2007. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're way beyond like this stuff being scary. Now it's just like kind of goofy. Where I've
birds are still scary, dude. I don't care. Birds are still scary.
All right.
But I hear you.
Jump scares, Five Nights at Freddy.
No, not even that. Not even, because that's creepy as hell.
Yeah.
This is this movie with this weird mustache twirling Wallace and Gromit looking guy that you live across the street from, and he's got something weird going on in the basement. Now, the game
it's
itself,
your job to figure out what.
It pretty much is. You play the nosy. You play Mr. Dennis the Menace, with a mat on for this dude, and you're trying to get into his house. He's just this weird kind of chubby, again, wax mustache freak, walking around his property and wondering why this little weirdo kid is trying to break in. He's also got like doors that he has, boarded up. And you have to find mysterious keys, and there's glowing green lights coming from places and weird songs and stuff. And it's a puzzle game where you have to figure out ways to, one, get into different parts of this dude's house, and then work things in sequence, and the game learns. So you got to get a key. How do you get the key? Well, the bird took the key, and you got to get the key from the bird. Then you got to find the right place in the house to use the key. And if the guy finds you, then he literally picks you up, throws you out. And the next time, you can't use that same route that you just used to get the key from the bird, because now there's a security camera there. And the guy knows you're going to try it, and he's watching you.
Dude, this sounds like Pendulette's house in real life.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was some influence. This game is fun and weird. I wouldn't say scary, except when it gets to the points where it's like this guy's hiding. You're hiding from the guy, and he turns the corner, and he sees you there, and he grabs you. He's like, oh, God, he's right in my face. And he's got that mustache. He's always got that mustache. But it's like, okay, you went through this door, and the guy caught you because you tried to grab the key off him while he slept. So now there's a bear trap in the door. It's like, what the okay, I'm like a 10-year-old kid in this game. You're putting down bear traps. Something's very wrong here. And also, in this game, you have to find things like wrenches to use and find things like crowbars to use, and you can throw stuff at this guy. What I realize is now the game has me, the protagonist, breaking into the guy's house and trying to assault him with a crowbar. Somehow I'm the good guy here. It's like, yeah, seriously. It's like, I got a wrench. Like, what's in the basement, old man? Like, damn, okay, cool. Hands up, just take the money. And then as you play along, you find, okay, yeah, he's actually into some sinister stuff, but you have no evidence of this going in. As far as you know, he's just a neighbor with like an odd fashion sense. The guy's in like boat shoes and plaid shirts. That doesn't make him evil. Not until like the last level do you find out, yeah, he was up to some stuff. Spoiler. Until then, you're just like, seriously, you're assaulting him with a lawnmower that you get off his lawn. That's one thing you pick up to try to find a way. It's awesome. I had so much fun playing this.
Yeah, I'm saying this. What you described sounds like a combination of Until Dawn, PS4, and Party Hard. Because
it really is. Games. Really, Johnny, you seem to have some thoughts on Party Hard there. What do you got to say?
Please don't bring up Party Hard.
I love Party Hard so much.
Please don't bring up that terrible game.
You right there, right there. I love Party Hard so much. This man hates this game with such a passion.
It's buggy
such
as
a
hell.
fervor.
It's so one-dimensional and monotonous. And
Party Hard is a game. Anyone who doesn't know, Party Hard is a game where you play a guy whose neighbors are having a loud party, and you are trying to sleep. So you're not okay with them having a loud party. So your solution is you're going to go next door and surreptitiously kill everybody at that party. And then you got to hide the bodies and all type of stuff. It's a fun game.
It's a game where the premise sounds way better and way funner than what the actual game is.
All right. Well, Party Hard is awesome. Johnny doesn't like it. We're still split on this decision. But as for Hello Neighbor, I highly recommend Hello Neighbor. It's a game that's going to get a little tedious after a while because it's a puzzle game, so you have to figure out your way along and solve the puzzles, meaning that you'll probably fail a number of times. And as you fail, the game progressively gets harder because it does learn. It traces your patterns, and then it sets it so you can't use the same method to get back to where you were.
Oh, it's terrible.
It is, but once you get the rhythm, it's fun as hell because also, It's kind of like playing the first Metal Gear Solid before it got too deeply into itself. It's a game where you figure out, okay, this is how I got to get through, and then I got to hide from this guy, then I got to set this trap, and then I got to solve this particular game mechanic to get here, and then I got to do this to activate something else. It's like a really complex game of Mousetrap. And I highly recommend anybody check this out. It's called Hello Neighbor. It's from Tiny Build Games. It's available now on Steam. They are in Alpha 3, I believe. So if you start off with the original release demo, consider that the novice level. It's gone through a lot of changes since then, in environment mostly. So it's not like you think you'll play one version and then you'll get used to that and it'll become completely stagnant. It's gone through several different versions and they do a lot of adaptation in level design and a few gameplay mechanics too. So even if you play the original demo, that's different from Alpha 1, that's different from Alpha 2, that's different from Alpha 3. So any point you want to jump in for difficulty level, you'll still have a great time. Hello Neighbor, I highly recommend it. I want to play it tonight. I want to play it again. Just throwing down.
How much does it cost on Steam?
Oh, sorry. I actually have that here. Because the game, this dude's throwing down free to play.
Free to play.
Free to play.
No reason not to.
Cats are throwing down bear traps for 10-year-olds. It's sadistic. All right, but this has been the Geek Down. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. To our Twitch, I'll edit that out for the audio, but to our Twitch viewers, you caught me. It happens. Twitch.tv/The Geek Down. And I'm going to turn it over to JM the Thriller Priest for an announcement, please.
Just real quick, y'all. Wrestle Kingdom 11 came out on the 4th of January. Just want to highlight one particular match. Okada versus Kenny Omega. One of the greatest matches of pro wrestling history. Calling it right now. You got to watch it. To the point where Mick Foley said it's one of the greatest matches that ever came out of pro wrestling.
It's crazy.
Dave Metzer, who those of you wrestling fans know who he is. He's a legend in the pro wrestling world. He only gave 6 stars to one match prior to this, and that was Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat.
Wait, that wasn't Regal Man versus the Boston...
the Brooklyn Brawler there? Nah, they came close. 5.5, but not 6. So he gave 6 stars to that one and to this Okada Omega fight. So this show happened on the 4th from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. So you had Americans here just struggling to stay awake to watch it. Yo. It was that good. So good news for y'all, though. On January 13th, this Friday at 8 p.m., Access TV is going to play the whole fight over with good old JR doing the commentary. So you can watch it there. I'm telling you right now, watch it. If you can't wait till then, you go on Google, you go on YouTube and find the actual fight. But
what's the fight again?
Okada versus Omega. Once again, one of the greatest fights, I would say, in pro wrestling history. It was just done very, very well. I'll leave it at that because our time is short. Cool. But check it out. Wrestle Kingdom 11, Okada Omega. Find it.
Yep. Remember, he said one of the greatest fights in wrestling history, not in history, because that's going to be Chris Brown versus Soulja Boy.
I'm done. Signing off.
You.
All right. Can't even finish with a straight face. All right. This has been the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. I want to thank you all for joining us for another action-packed, fun-filled episode, loaded to the rafters. Seriously, this place is packed, ass to crotch, wall to wall. All right. But want to thank our guests in house. Want to thank Josh Allen.
Yes.
All right, check out Bit Bar in Salem, right here in lovely Salem, Massachusetts. Address is?
50 St. Peter Street.
50 St. Peter Street. Check them out. Games.
Definitely worth a visit.
Oh, hell yeah. Hells yes. Also want to thank our dear friend Ryan.
That's me.
Let's get you a more catchy radio moniker, man. It's all right. No, he's not.
It's pretty faithful enough.
All right. Okay. Pretty Ryan. Super Pretty Ryan. Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky Ryan.
I'll go with Pretty Ryan.
Pretty Ricky Ryan. Oh, okay. Ricky Ryan. All right.
Pretty Bobby Ricky.
I'm so pretty.
All right. Thanks for joining us, dude. Of course, my homeboy from way back all day, JM the Thriller Priest.
Peace.
Our favorite in-house guest, Dale Stones.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, thank you, man. Once again, want to shout out people that know you're from.
Oh, what? Burlesque?
Yes,
Yeah.
Burlesque. That little thing right there.
Subject and predicate. I don't know.
All right. Of course. All right. Of course, the man who keeps us looking amazing every week brings you the Twitch stream, Just Johnny.
Yep.
All right. And DJ Herbie Herb. And of course, last but not least, the man who I cannot do this show with every week, my partner, my right-hand man, my second one, the yin to my yang, the Abbott to my Costello.
Shut up.
Black Adam Willis, baby.
Man. Good to see you. All right.
Hey, you too, my friend. All right, want to remind you all, you've listened to the Geek Down right here on WEMF Radio. You can catch us every Monday nights right here on WEMFradio.com, or also hit us up on social media. We're on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/geek-down, on YouTube /The Geek Down, on twitch.tv/The Geek Down, on Facebook /Geek Down, Twitter /Geek Down. Excuse me. You look us up on YouTube, just type in Geek Down, first one to come up, because we're amazing like that. And want to remind you all, catch us next Monday night right here on WMFradio.com. We'll catch you at 9 p.m. Same bad time, same bad channel. And until then, be excellent to each other. Peace.